Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Last fall, I uploaded a video very similar to this one where I shared beauty products women over 50 absolutely swear by. And in order to put that video together, I did quite a bit of research. That research included reading articles, blogs, reviews, watching the videos of my fellow 50 plus content creators, and viewer feedback. Because so many of you seem to really enjoy that video, I decided, why not do it again? But this time I went about it a different way. I noticed that quite a few creators were doing videos like, I asked ChatGPT to pick my makeup, or I used AI to pick my outfit. So I thought, I wonder what ChatGPT would say are the best-selling, top-rated makeup products for women over 50. So this is exactly what I asked ChatGPT. I wrote, what are the top-selling, highest-rated makeup products for mature women over 50 based on sales data and reviews from retailers such as Ulta Beauty and Sephora? Overall, the responses did not surprise me at all. In fact, I felt kind of good about myself because as a over 50 beauty content creator who's basically been doing mature skin content for the past 10 years, the majority of the products are ones that I have used and recommended in videos throughout my time here on YouTube. Now, what I decided to do for this video was to choose 10 of the products listed that I already owned and 1000% agree with. So while this isn't super scientific, nor can I guarantee it is 100% accurate, these are all products that I feel every woman over 50 should at least try at some point. First up is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Blurring Face Primer. This primer blurs fine lines, wrinkles, and pores without drying. It's lightweight, breathable, and easy to wear under foundation. It also adds a bit of hydration without interfering with a foundation's longevity. L'Oreal's entire Age Perfect line is specifically formulated for women over 50. It also has no white cast and no cakey residue. Today I used it underneath another favorite, Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. I feel like this one might come as a surprise to many of you. And I say that because this is a medium to full coverage foundation. And I've heard it over and over again, and I'm sure you've heard it over and over again, that the older you get, the less coverage you should be wearing, because medium to full coverage foundations can and often do emphasize things we don't want emphasized, like fine lines, or in some cases, deep lines, texture, peach fuzz. But when this foundation is worn correctly, it is beautiful and has some of the best staying power of any foundation I have ever tried. It also now comes in, I think, 56 shades. And by the way, I do have a video dedicated to how to apply Estee Lauder Double Wear without looking cakey. So here are some of the other reasons ChatGPT listed for why women over 50 love Estee Lauder Double Wear. I've already covered the long-lasting coverage that doesn't budge, but it also smooths texture and minimizes pores. Again, it's medium to full coverage without a mask-like effect. It's oil-free, non-comedogenic, fragrance-free, but it does give that one caution that if applied too heavily or without proper skin prep, it can look dry. And for best results, you should apply it in thin layers with either a brush and or a sponge. Then we have NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I would say that over the past 10 years, I have posted at least 5 or 6 best concealers for mature skin videos. In fact, I think my most recent one was posted in February or March, and it's usually like my top 10. And even if you go back to videos from 5-6 years ago, NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer always makes my list. The first reason, the shade range. The second reason, the consistency. In my opinion, this still has one of the most perfect consistencies for a concealer. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, it has medium buildable coverage, it works well on both the under eye area and the face, and it's long wearing. I used to carry this product in multiple shades in my own kit when I was a freelance makeup artist. And I know for a fact that many professional makeup artists today still keep this product in their kits. When it comes to powder, you've seen me use this one a lot over the years. It's always been a favorite as well. And it is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. Now, some people think this powder is only for baking. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the term, although I think we're all pretty familiar with it by now, the term baking refers to taking a large amount of powder, normally on some sort of triangle puff, and placing it underneath the eyes, often in a triangle, and then placing it underneath the contours of the jawline and letting it sit there for a few minutes, letting it bake, and then dusting it off. That is a technique that works well for those who are going to be on television or on stage or someone who is under the age of 30. But it often doesn't look that great on people over 30 or in real life. However, a lot of us still want that filtered-like effect or maybe some brightening under the eyes. But the powder has to be very lightweight. It has to be silky. It can't have a lot of coverage to it. And in my case, I like a powder to control oil because I do get very shiny, especially in the T-zone. And this powder covers all the bases. I would not hesitate to use this on someone who is 75 years old, 80 years old. As long as you're using a small amount and not baking with it, not applying just huge amounts underneath your eyes and all over the face, but using a brush that looks more like this one and just dusting it on to set your makeup or to brighten, you really can't go wrong. When it comes to eyeshadows, ChatGPT said these were the winners. The Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3 palette and the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes. I agree that this Patrick Ta All Matte Eyeshadow palette is fantastic. The pigmentation is great, the blendability is great, the packaging is fantastic. You also get 2 cream eyeliners that are covered with some plastic so they don't dry out. However, this palette is extremely pricey, and there are other palettes that I think are just as good. And if you watch my videos regularly or even semi-regularly, you will have seen some of my favorites, such as the Morphe Bare, what is it called? Truth or Bare Artistry palette. That's not all mattes, but it does have a lot of the same matte shades that are in this palette. You can buy one that's less money from brands even like Kylie Cosmetics. Also, Makeup by Mario has an all matte palette that is fantastic. It just doesn't have the cream products in it. And I'm not surprised at all that the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette was one of the top answers as well. This is the original limited edition version. I don't believe you can get this color story anymore, but you can still get this one. And what stands out to me with this palette has always been the shimmers, the toppers. They are just so stunning and fantastic for mature skin. They give just the right amount of sparkle. And no brush is needed. You can just apply it with your finger. You don't have to worry about moving loose skin around. You just sort of tap it on and it catches the light. They actually diminish the look of texture on the lids. They're just so beautiful. I don't understand why he came out with this palette again in different packaging and then made that also limited edition. Mario, you need to keep this palette as a permanent item. Please. When it comes to mascara, the choice was Maybelline's Lash Sensational Sky High. Obviously, one of the best things about this mascara is it's affordable and you can buy it anywhere. While I do believe that there are some high-end mascaras that are really amazing, I don't think that if you're someone who just cannot spend or cannot justify spending $25, $30, $35 plus on a mascara, don't feel like you're really missing out on something amazing, because there are so many excellent mascaras at the drugstore. And I do believe that this is one of them. It gives you length, it gives you volume, it doesn't pull out the curl, it's buildable. In my experience, it doesn't flake. Then again, mascaras can be finicky, so I can't guarantee that you're going to be as thrilled with it as I have always been. But again, according to reviews and sales data, women over 50 are pretty much in love with this one. When it comes to blush, I'll admit, this one did kind of surprise me. I love this product, but I didn't think that it was truly a top seller or one that was top reviewed, because it is definitely on the pricier side. And that is the Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks Blush Stick. This is what ChatGPT had to say about it. It's a creamy, hydrating formula that doesn't settle into fine lines. It glides on smoothing without tugging. It gives a second skin finish that's not too dewy and not too matte. It's buildable, blendable, and basically foolproof. It's also multi-use. You can use it on your cheeks as well as your lips. Not to mention clean, skin-friendly ingredients. I was a little surprised with the highlighter choice for the same reason I was surprised by the Westman Atelier. Not that I don't think that this product is amazing, it's just not one that I hear a whole lot of people talking about, and it's also on the pricier side. And that is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Glow Guide Face Architect Highlighter. This does give a satin, luminous finish without any glitter, without any chunkiness. It gives you that sort of soft, candlelit glow. It contains light reflecting pigments that are going to blur rather than accentuate. It's also a silky powder that sort of feels like a cream. And mature users appreciate that it's buildable, which means you can use it lightly for daytime luminosity or build it for evening light or photos. And finally, let's talk lips. Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick has been a staple in women of all ages makeup bags for a very, very long time. I'll admit, I hadn't used one in a while. And I ordered this shade, Candied Rose, specifically because ChatGPT said it was one of the top selling shades. They gave some other shade recommendations that I think we've all heard of, like Cherries in the Snow, and then, oh gosh, what was the other one? I can't think of it now, but I remember it from like the 90s. Was it Toast of New York maybe? So I ordered Candy Rose, which if you know, you know. This is sort of out of my comfort zone, but I love it. Obviously, I'm wearing a gloss on top, and I'll tell you what that is momentarily. But I've got to say, this lipstick is that girl. It is creamy. It is smoothing. It doesn't run outside my lip line. I am now seeking recommendations. Please put them in the comments for other shades that I should try. Because, as I said, I hadn't used one of these Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks in years. I don't even look at them when I go to the drugstore. If you use this lipstick and you know of a shade that you think would look good on me, please leave that for me in the comment section. But yeah, I'm loving this combo. What I did is I went on social media and I looked up lip combos with Candied Rose. And the first one that popped up was this one, which I love. Candied Rose lipstick, the Revlon Color Stay Longwear Lip Liner in mauve is what I use to line. And then this gloss. This is the Super Lustrous Gloss in the shade Frost Queen. I think we have all been sleeping on this gloss. Now, of course, I could be wrong, but I have not heard anybody, aside from the person who did that lip combo that I watched, talk about or use Frost Queen. Now I kind of want to try putting it over every lip combo I have. Okay, there they are. 10 products women over 50 swear by, based on sales data and reviews from retailers like Sephora and Ulta Beauty. As always, all of the products will be listed and linked down below in the description box, as well as tagged through YouTube Shopping if available. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. I also appreciate you sharing it with a friend. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. My username is the same on every platform, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.